Hello there survivors, and welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended. Today I've built this futuristic ocean base to host all my ocean activities. It's got an underwater breeding pen, or just a water pen to keep your tames in, with a little vacuum compartment base at the bottom, so that between breeding whilst you're waiting you have the safe space to go to, and you can easily teleport back up into the main base without having to swim around all the time, as well as of course easy access to your underwater cryo fridges. Then there's also a dock on the outside of the base to have your Shasta parking there, and you can easily get back into the base once again using vacuum compartments and a teleporter. And of course just the main base itself with living spaces, with some greenery to liven up the place even if you live out in the middle of the ocean. I personally think this base came out really nice. I've used a few custom cosmetics from the Quantum Premium Custom Cosmetic, which is a really good one if you want to build something that looks very modern or even futuristic. And it's got skins for a lot of different variations for your structures, as well as some skins for your crafting stations. With that being said, let's jump into the build and I'll show you around the base. So here we go. I built this base, by the way, on Astraeos, because that's the map I'm usually on right now, and I just really love the look of it. But of course, you can pretty much build this anywhere if you've got a good space. These are my coordinates for if you're interested in where it is. I just did this because I've got a cool view of a temple there, a temple up here, and it's just not too deep down here, which makes it for a great place to build, because it's also kind of flat underwater, makes it a lot easier. And as you can see, this is the futuristic base that I've made. Now, as I said, I use a lot of these custom cosmetic skins, but even without them, just using tech and metal, you can definitely still build all of this. And yeah, if you do like this design, do let me know, and maybe I can do a tutorial of it somewhat soon. It's a pretty big base, but that just means that you probably have everything you will ever need. All right, I've got some of these custom little radars or antennas or whatever they are, and I've painted these steampunk lights that I placed on top of them just to kind of indicate something techy, something that looks cool. Then we've got some glass ceilings here so that we can still see the ocean floor, and as you can see, they are held up by these supports to make it all look a little bit nicer. And then in the in-between sections, we've got stairs going into the water, and then these supports as well, just to make it all look a little bit nicer and add some shape to the build. Speaking of adding shape, I've also used these water reservoirs once again to kind of create something that looks like a pipe maybe. And then I've used the skin on the bottom and top ones just to spice that design up a little bit. And as you can see, I've used gate frames once again to create windows, stuff like that. And then these are actually from the steampunk deco mod, which add these little vents that blow out steam, which is quite cool as well. So yeah, we got this walkway all the way around, and as I said, we've got these stairs there on the outside so that you can easily get in and out of the base if you're in the ocean. We've got turrets around, of course, protecting this place as well. Yeah, and as I said, these custom cosmetics from the Quantum set are very cool. I've combined a few different textures. These are one with the lights on the sides, and then these clean black looking ones in the middle, and then some for the railings as well, which really helps you transform the look of your build. This is actually the tech replicator that looks quite cool with this skin. Definitely adds a lot of detail to your place. And as you can see, these little side platforms are meant to be used as like flyer platforms, so you can easily fly into your ocean base. This is actually the tech transmitter that looks quite cool as well out here. But yeah, you've got plenty of place to park your flyers here, drop off your gathering mounts or whatever you want to do, because these walkways have quite a lot of space on them. Then here over on this side, as you can see, the Shasta's parked on this side, which means that underneath, you can see it a little bit down there. There's a little vacuum box with a place to get off the Shasta and into the base without having to swim too far. We'll see that in a little bit, but for now, yeah, we can at least see the Shasta parked here, and the turrets will hopefully keep it safe enough so that you don't have to worry about it. And yeah, and I really wanted to go for the overgrown look. I have used JVH for this landscaping mod, but of course with the plant pots from the Bob Tall Tales DLC, you can still get quite a good look with those as well without needing mods installed. And then here on this side we've got the Industrial Forge, which has a pretty cool skin in it as well. And then we got another flyer parked over here, and as you can see, plenty of space, so no matter what size flyers you're using, even wyverns, you can easily park them around the base for sure. Now if we just jump into the water, we can see that these antennas actually go back down as well, just to kind of complete the look. Unfortunately, couldn't add the lights to them. And then here on this side, as I said, we've got the little Shasta platform, so you can easily get in and out of your Shasta and into the base. And then the base itself has a bunch of behemoth gates and big windows at the bottom, so that you can still see outside when you're working inside. And you can see all the supports and details added to the side of the build to just, you know, kind of get that nice look and not too many big flat walls. So yeah, this is where your Shasta would be parked. You get out of the little underwater saddle, and then here you can enter these vacuum compartments. For now, I haven't really put anything in here because, well, I don't really need anything to be in here. But yeah, it's just a small little base, and then you've got a teleporter. And then using the teleporter, you can go into the base, or we can visit the underwater bit in the pen itself. So yeah, here we got everything we would need. So some of the embryo and gene stuff, and then of course cryos and a feeding trough. And if we go out in here, we're in the middle of our dino pen, so the big circle building at the bottom. And yeah, we can easily have plenty of ocean tames in here. As you can see, it's quite roomy, so you would easily be able to breed your Mozas, or probably even the Shasta would be able to fit inside to breed. You would just need to cryo it and uncryo it, because of course it doesn't actually fit through a behemoth gate. But yeah, you can see I've got some megs in here, kind of for scale, and as you can see, they are quite tiny in this whole thing. So yeah, you can definitely house plenty of creatures inside before you run out of space. So that will be very good if you want to, of course, use your ocean base for breeding. And then I've got some more cryo stuff, and even potentially some air conditionings just to showcase. I don't think you would use them down there, but hey, you know, just to showcase that you have some space up there if you would need to. And then if you swim all the way to the top, you can see the inside bit here, and as you can see, there's plenty of ways to get out of the water again. And we can also see up to the sky. I kept it open. You could of course add a glass ceiling if you want to keep it safe, depending on what kind of server you play on, of course. But yeah, and then we have the generator there looking quite nice. Not too practical to get to, but you wouldn't need to get to it too many times, so I think that's probably going to be fine. So yeah, any of these doors on the sides, of course, you can use. Some of them are windows, some of them are actual doors. But yeah, you go in through here, you have access to your water pen instantly. And if you want to go into your base, you go to one of these sides. And then we call down the elevator, which is how we get back up to our base. So there's a bunch of them around everywhere, so you can quite easily get in and out of the base. And otherwise, of course, there's teleporters as well. Since this is a later game base, you should be able to have those. And yeah, and then we reach our lovely little base itself with the living quarters. So yeah, we got some nice views, of course, to enjoy. Just a little relaxing place. Again, most of this, or not, if not all of this, is actually using the Quantum Custom Cosmetic skin. So we got some storage here. We got some vaults. This is the chem bench. So yeah, chem benches look quite cool with this skin as well. More vaults, some storage, of course. This is your grinder in the middle, the fabricator back there, the smithy right here, and yeah, just basically everything that you need. We've got a little kitchen area over here as well, looking very fancy indeed. And then we got little living quarters, or dining table, and of course your cryo stations and the sleeping pods to go to sleep in. And then here in the middle, well, we have this walkway, so from one side to the other side we can actually walk. This is also where the teleporter is, so if you want to quickly go into the ocean pen or into the Shasta pen or just any of your other bases, maybe this is where you would do it. So yeah, I personally really like this design. And then here on the outside we do have a little walkway, of course. We have the white textures here, and we have some little gardens in between these bits. These are actually the skins for the artifact pedestals, so you would have your artifacts all the way around. But yeah, I do really like the look of this. Plenty of big windows to get in that light and just to have your view that you can enjoy, which I always kind of like to do, especially for these modern or futuristic bases. And yeah, with the plants and the greenery, I think that looks quite good. I'm quite happy with the look. And then of course, if we fly up a little bit, we can see all the greenery that I added on top, including another little of these antennas, just to kind of still add the technology in there. But I wanted to feel very overgrown on top. Of course, that's a lot easier if you do have a mod to do it, but you could definitely do a pretty good job as well, just using the Bob Talltail system with the shovel and the plant pod and going around looking for the right plants. Yeah, and there we go. That is kind of this whole ocean base. So yeah, you've got pretty much everything you need. Easy access by flyers, easy access by water. Even the Shastasaurus has a place to go since it can't really fit inside the gates. And yeah, you've got plenty of place to breed all your ocean creatures. You got a lovely base on top, and yeah, I think a very nice futuristic vibe, biological sensation on top as well with the greenery, which I personally always really like the look of. And yeah, quite happy with this. This feels like a very futuristic facility, like some kind of biosphere almost, because of the nature on top. But yeah, I quite like the look of that. And this was my first time playing around with these quantum skins properly. And yeah, they are quite good. You can definitely do some cool builds with that if you like building in this style. Yeah, I quite like this build. Let me know if you enjoyed it as well. I did stream the process of me designing this, so if you want to get a look behind the curtain and see how I usually go about building structures like this, those streams are still up on my channel. It was 2 parts in total. And of course, if you want to see more, let me know, because then I can do the full speed build. But also I could probably make a step-by-step tutorial, although it would take a little bit, of course, because it is another decently sized base. Let's say it's another big base. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the result. I hope you guys like it as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then I hope to see you in the next video or stream. Goodbye.